What a day. Today may have been the most disciplined trading day I've ever had. For only the second time since starting this project, I successfully waited the full 30 minutes after the open before placing my first trade. I also came into the session completely clean with no overnight or pre-market positions. My first position was a simple 25 share long in Tesla, which I admit I doubled only a few short minutes later. The good news is that all morning my position sizes and counts stayed within control and, most importantly, my emotions remained balanced. Not once did I feel overwhelmed, anxious, desperate, or out of control. In total, I spent just 37 minutes in the market from 9 to 9:37. Even more impressive was that this included a short break after closing a profitable trade to run upstairs and grab another cup of coffee. After returning with coffee in hand, found a nice setup in SpaceX and immediately went long 50 shares, which turned out favorably only a few short minutes later. But what I'm most proud about is not the profit, it's the decision I made at 9:37 after closing another profitable trade, again in SpaceX. After a nice short opportunity appeared, I attempted to short 50 shares. However, since the shares are not yet available for short sales, I used a put option instead. The trade immediately worked in my favor and closed at 30 seconds later for roughly a $50 gain. At that point, I had realized gains of $355. I wasn't tired, I wasn't frustrated, I wasn't feeling pressured. The charts still looked tradable and opportunities were still showing up. But there at 9:37, I knew it was time to stop. So after closing that last trade, I simply logged out of my account and enjoyed the rest of the day. I don't think I placed more than 10 trades all morning, which is well below my informal threshold of 20. Today's discipline score came in at an 8, but emotionally the day felt like a 10. And that's exactly why the scorecard exists. The scorecard isn't meant to measure how good I feel. It's designed to measure how well my processes are followed and how disciplined I was throughout the day. Ironically, despite what felt like a near perfect morning, I still found a few areas where I needed to improve. First, I gave myself a 5 out of 10 in the average down category. On a few occasions, I increased positions from 25 shares to 50 when trades moved slightly against me. While today it worked out every time, averaging down is still something I want to eliminate from my process, which is exactly why the category exists. Second, I gave myself an 8 out of 10 in options control after purchasing that SpaceX put. Not a major violation, but still outside the direction I want this project moving and therefore deserving it of an 8 rather than a 10. But most significantly, I gave myself a 0 in the stop loss category. At one point this morning, I entered a Tesla trade and accidentally forgot to set my stop loss. I was simply going too fast, and while I'm still only human, I need to always remember to slow down and be more careful because even the most honest mistakes can and will come back to hurt me. Thankfully, I caught the mistake almost immediately and it corrected, but my rushing still created unplanned risk, and simply put, need to score it fairly. The fact that I can have a day this successful and still identify meaningful areas for improvement is exactly why the scorecard was created. As happy as I am with today, my biggest concern now is how I will handle tomorrow's mindset. Historically, my worst trading days don't come after losses, they come after wins. A day like today creates confidence, but it also can create complacency. It usually makes me feel like I've finally figured things out and can't mess up. That's exactly when discipline starts to slip and I get into trouble once again. For that reason, I'm actually glad tomorrow will be a lighter trading day, if I trade at all. Our family has some morning appointments and not sure how much time I'll have in the morning to trade. Depending on how tomorrow unfolds, I may or not post a video, and if not, I'll see everyone on Friday. But either way, thank you for following along and I'll talk with you again soon.